Hi, this is Rashim Stewart, and welcome to Toastmasters Style Speech number 3. Today, I'm going to talk about how autism can be a blessing and not a curse. And the reason why I wanted to do this speech today, at least a practice speech with y'all, because this will be a topic that I want to discuss at a TED Talk or TEDx speech sometime in 2025, 2026. So I think I'll give you a couple ideas how I want to do the speech today and give you some ideas what autism is, some of the signs and symptoms, all that good stuff. And hopefully you guys will have a better idea what that is and how I'm dealing with it in my life right now. Well, first and foremost, what is autism? Well, autism, based on autismspeaks.org definition, is autism spectrum disorder, ASD, refers to a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, retarded behavior, speech, and nonverbal communication, and also restricted behaviors or thinking patterns. Okay, so you want to wonder what causes autism? There's a lot of risk factors, like family history, genes, brain, nerve cells, some form of genetics, oxygen deprivation from birth complications, um, genetic disorders, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind when you guys think about autism. Now, here's some of the signs of an autistic person. Like social, there's like a different things with social interactions, sharing interests or emotions, sharing takes turns in conversations. These are what the difficulties are, like communication, having difficulty with eye contact, having tough time expressing feelings, making friends with playing with peers, stuff like that. Other types of trouble with fine motor skills and coordination, needing help with daily living skills. Again, having communication issues or just communicating their emotions, sometimes self-harming, sensory overload, meltdowns, shutdowns, depression, using kinds of communication besides spoken language like typing on a computer, pointing to pictures on a tablet, communicating through behavior, a lot more hand gestures, sign language more than anything. A lot of times difficult executive function, planning how to complete a task, juggling multiple tasks, making decisions, stuff like that. And diagnosis, how being diagnosed with autism is usually done by a licensed psychologist, especially a lot of times you can pick it up at an early age. Like me, I was diagnosed with autism not until I was like near almost 36 years old. There are ways they could test, they can ask questions. Sometimes there's like written tests, there's like formal ways they could do tests. So they can have a chart that some of the signs for autism. If you check off a lot of those boxes or self-diagnose yourself and answer questions from psychologists, which what happened to me, it was confirmed that I have autism. Now, a lot of stuff I just said at the beginning of this like, or have other things you could deal with, like ADHD. You also could have sensory overload the sounds, lights, stuff like that. Each person is made up differently. But one thing's for sure, autism is actually you could look at this as a blessing because you get to see things from a different perspective. You get to see things in a unique way. you're not considered normal, and that's a good thing. Because I think if you see something or sense something that's different from other people around you, that could be a blessing. It's an authentic and real way. You have a different way of understanding things in the world. You have different thinking patterns. You have different ways you think about different stuff. You got a different type of intelligence. Sometimes it could be a borderline genius in certain subjects. You could be like a borderline genius or a genius in those subjects. So you can have a lot of intelligence. You can be a lot more sensitive to things like emotion, smell, taste. Your senses could be, and you sometimes, a lot of people with autism, people don't realize you have great memory. Sometimes you have a lot of people diagnosed with autism, if you especially look at a movie called A Beautiful Mind, that guy almost have a photographic memory of a lot of stuff, especially with mathematics. Some people like me, I have a very photographic memory of a lot of stuff happening in sports history. I can give you details on how this happened, when this happened, at certain points of games, races, and it's like this, and I don't even have to hardly think. And that's one of the things about having to be another thing about being a blessing, because that photographic memory, you can remember so much stuff off the top of your head. And there's a hint here. If you ever need somebody who's good with trivia, has a very good memory with a lot of things. Surprisingly, that's one of the top 10 activities for autistic people is trivia. They know a lot of trivia, in fact, about a lot of different subjects. Just because we're not, at least for me, I can tell I'm a jack of a lot of trades. I may not be totally skilled 100% in one specific thing. I know certain things I'm better at than others, but I'm very versatile when it comes to a lot of different skill sets. And I think that could be a blessing and a thing that could be helpful when you want to hire somebody. I think that's something you should look into. Now, as of January, it'll be 10 years since I've been officially been diagnosed with autism. And again, it's a blessing. At times, it could feel like a curse because it'd be like something else. Like, why me? Why did my higher power, God, whatever you want to call that, gave me this? Because I go to like the Spider-Man reference when I say this. Um, great power comes with great responsibility. And and that's the thing about autism. It's not easy to admit you've been diagnosed with these things. It makes you, especially for a man, it makes you more vulnerable. It makes you look weak. And if you're supposed to be a man, those are things you're not supposed to be characterized as. So if anybody else watching this has autism or knows somebody has autism, encourage and remind them, hey, embrace that uniqueness. Be thankful, God made you something unique, and love it and share it with the world, because somebody will love and appreciate you for who you are. But anyway, that ends my speech for now. I'll probably get more in depth as it gets closer to the audition for the TED Talk. But that's just a little thing I want to work at. So if you like the speech today about autism being a blessing, leave a comment. It's your first time on the channel. Hello. Hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button. After that, there'll be a bell. The notification go ding. You'll catch every time I do one of these speeches, like a motivational minute. I just put a motivational quote. I'm going to start doing that in posts every other week as a motivational quote or something sharing going on in my life. And also do pretty much a weekly podcast. So I do a lot of things to branch out. And I'm looking forward to hearing you in the next video. I'll see you in the next video. May God bless you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Do everything you can to the best of your ability with love and respect. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate you coming out every time to watch one of my videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, God bless. Bye.